Hi, Mark F. was asking how to EQ a guitar. He said he had a thin sound on a guitar, and that's really a difficult question to answer without people actually getting their hands on the EQ and trying to do it themselves. The real key is to rely on your ear, and I'm going to do a little video here where I show you how I go about EQing a guitar sound. So the first thing, I've got a recording right here. The first thing I do is find a section where there's some guitar that I want to loop, and I found one right here. So I'm going to create a little loop in Reaper. You just drag a certain area, and this little button here is the loop button. So I can hear that one section over and over, and I can focus in on that and adjust the guitar EQ. So the first thing I like to do, I'll solo the guitar, and I like to get rid of the lows and the highs. And what I'm listening to when I do this is I'm trying to make sure it doesn't affect the sound to my ear. There might be some subsonics that we can't hear, and you don't need them, and they just take out some of your headroom of your amplifier. And on the high end, there might be some hiss up here that won't affect the sound of the guitar there either. So what I'll do is I'll turn on this loop, and I have this guitar soloed, and you can see my first EQ is set up as a high pass, so I'll enable that. I've already got it, but this is the way I always do it. So I'm going to listen to this. I'm moving it and I'm listening. See if I get way over here. It definitely affects the sound. It's right around in here somewhere. So I'll set it there, and once again my goal is that this does not affect the sound one way or the other. And then I go to I have a low pass over here. Same thing. I'm just listening. That's with none of it. If I do too much of it, it gets that muffled sound. So I usually set it somewhere around there. That's at about 15,000 hertz. And now I'll go on these band type EQs, enable this. And what I do is I go for a pretty narrow bandwidth and a lot of gain. And what I'm doing here is I'm just going to slide this frequency and listen. There's kind of the honking mid-range sound in there. There's some hiss and some high-end stuff here. bandwidth. That brings some presence. So I've got those little spots. I'm thinking this is body, kind of mid-rangey in this area. And then I'll play with these. And I usually don't go for that much. I know that I usually like my guitar around here. I'll give it more body here. This is 450 hertz, but like I said, you got to use your own ears. So that's the idea, and you can. Like I said, I don't like. And then after that, I'll take the solo off and listen to it with the band. So there you go. It's really about using your ears, and you can move these band around, slide them through the frequency like I showed you to try to figure out what frequencies are doing what to your ear. But it's all about your ear. So hope that helps.